As you can tell from the title of this video and from the big glaring yellow highlighted title right here, I messed up. So in today's video, I'm going to go over how exactly I messed up, what I'm going to do going forward, and kind of the questions I would ask myself if I were to start over, essentially. And, I am still in the very beginning stages, so when I say I messed up, this isn't a catastrophic mistake by any means, especially at this point, but I'm going to go over some questions I should have asked myself in the beginning of all this, and maybe these are some questions you should ask yourselves as well if you're considering starting an agency, whether that's AI automation, lead generation, whatever it may be. I just think today's video will be very helpful to those of you that are considering this. So as you can see here, don't just start an agency like I did, make a plan. And not only that, learn a skill. Skills are what you need to develop in order to create an agency in the first place. So what I wanted to do was kind of be like Jordan Belfort right here and create, everyone hears the sexy side of the agency. If you can make $10,000 a month in your first 60 days, that sort of thing. And don't get me wrong, that is completely possible, but you won't be able to do that unless you have built up the skills in the first place. So whether you're learning a software like Go High Level, or say you have an agency where you're helping companies create websites, you need to be able to learn how to create a website first before you say, yeah, I think there's a gap in the market. Great, you found a gap in the market, but now you need to know how to fill it exactly, because obviously that's a huge part of it, is knowing how to do it. But also when you're going on sales calls or reaching out to people through Instagram or email, cold calling, whatever your method of marketing may be, you're going to feel just so much more confident and qualified in yourself, and that you're able to do that, and that you'll be able to actually help them. You're not going to feel phony. You're not going to feel like a fraud. There's a lot of that out there these days. From what I see, a lot of, I've spoken about it in other videos of people just not having built up the skills and kind of doing what I did, is just say, hey, I want to start an agency and I'm going to kind of figure it out as I go on. I would totally change the way I went into this. So I'm going to scroll down to some questions down here of what exactly I would do if I started over. So the first question I would ask myself is, what is your work background? So say you have a background in plumbing and you want to start an agency that's targeted towards plumbers and their scheduling. Great, you are better off than most people that even want to create an agency for that niche in general, because you've worked in it. So if you're super young and maybe have just worked fast food in high school, that sort of thing, or you're going into college and haven't really had too much, corporate America experience, then maybe there's not a whole lot there. But this is really something to consider is, obviously if you worked somewhere in the past, is there a gap in that industry that you may be able to fill? Super important to be able to ask yourself that first and foremost. Number two is, can you build an agency around that? So again, I kind of went into that with the first question of, is there a gap to fill in the first place? And if there is, learn how to fill it. Again, you may have been a plumber in the past, but do you know how to do the scheduling or appointment booking or website design, that sort of thing? You need to be able to, before you even start an agency, before you make a logo, a brand, an Instagram page, learn how to do that first. Next, what pre-existing skills do you have that would translate? So, like I was just mentioning, do you know how to do a website, but maybe you don't know how to do the appointment booking or automation side of things? Learn how to do that first. I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but learn how to do that first. Next, what do you enjoy working on? So this almost seems to be like a controversial topic at times, is some people, just completely want to do what they enjoy, but then there's the other side of it where people are just motivated by money. Not that that's a good or bad thing, whatever motivates you, but what do you enjoy working on? So don't start an agency just to start an agency. Again, I'm repeating myself. but you want to get into something that you're going to be able to do day after day and wake up excited in order to do it. Whether it's making YouTube videos or content around your agency or outreach or creating different automations or whatever that may be, learning the skill of cold calling. What do you enjoy doing? And obviously not every part of it is going to be enjoyable for you, but it's good to look at things in advance and think, obviously, what am I more inclined to do? What parts do I struggle with being able to do? And because you're going to need to be able to do those difficult things or things you don't like doing, but it's good to first recognize what you may enjoy in the first place. So how will you market? So whether that's cold calling, whether that's emailing, Instagram DMs, Facebook ads, plan that out in advance. So I'm right now reaching out to marketing agencies, and the best way to do that I have found, and the people that I've spoken with that have done that in the past as well, is through Instagram DMs. So that's what I've been doing, and I've had a little bit of success with that through that cold outreach. And I've been using tools like I highlighted in my last video, or a couple of videos ago, the Auto IGDM, super useful software. So that is that. And then how will you deliver your service / what softwares will you use? Again, I was just getting into that. So on the right side here, you'll see a bunch of different softwares: Midjourney to create images, Jasper AI, OpenAI, ChatGPT, all that sort of thing. Master those softwares and skills, again, before you get going. And also, when it comes to this part, what softwares do you enjoy working with as well? And whether that's another one that's not on here, Make.com, Zapier, creating different automations. I found a little bit of enjoyment doing that, and you can kind of essentially do the same thing through High Level as well, but kind of maybe go through the different softwares, play around with them a little bit. A lot of them have a free feature to it, so before you start paying $100 a month or anything like that for some software you may not enjoy the interface of or enjoy working in, or even find it useful for your agency in the first place, kind of go through and play around to see what works best for you. And then last question we have here is, what is the number one reason you want to start an agency? So really this goes back to your motivation, and like I mentioned, if that's money, great. If it's financial freedom, again, money related, great. If it's you want to connect with local business owners in order to garner relationships with them and really see them thrive, even better. Whatever it is that keeps you going throughout the day, whatever makes you excited to wake up in the morning and work on your agency, you need to recognize that from the get-go, because you need to be able to have a why. Essentially, that's really what this question is what is your why? So I know these questions are very, very generic for the most part, but it's really something that maybe, especially myself in the beginning, was maybe a little bit blinded to. I just wanted to create an agency. That's all I want to do. I want to create an agency. I want to make a lot of money. I want to be successful. And, things are off to a slow start when it comes to getting clients. But in the meantime, I've been developing skills with High Level and with other softwares, although mainly High Level, website creation, that sort of thing. So really know what you want to do in advance. I said it once and I'll say it again. Make a game plan. Just make a game plan. You'll be so happy that you did. You need to know where you're going, where you're starting, what you know, all the tools you have, and where you can go with that. You can maybe plan out 6 months in advance. Okay, these next 6 months, I want to do 50 to 100 Instagram DMs a day, and you can factor in a percentage of, okay, I expect to get on a meeting with 3% of the people I message, which would be a really good number, and then maybe convert 1 in every 3 people that I get on a call with, lay that out, what that would look like, where you expect to be, and then maybe a month down the line, readjust. I don't want to say change the game plan, but just see how realistic your expectations were in the first place. But just know that as long as you are putting in the work, the results will come. And I know that sounds so generic, and absolutely everybody says that, and yes, it is so true. But say you do have that goal of, I want to have 5 clients in my first 3 months, and you're doing everything you can day in, day out, and those 5 clients don't come, take a look at things, do a little bit of adjustment. But if you know what you're doing is going to be valuable to them, and it's just a matter of time before it really starts to pour in for you, then hey, that's how it'll go. So just wanted to make this quick video today over maybe the mistakes I made or regrets I have, or and I'm asking myself these questions as well right now, and kind of gonna make a game plan, and that'll be a video in the near future here, for what exactly I plan on doing in the future, and if I'm gonna change my game plan at all. And so I appreciate you guys watching this one. Make sure to comment down below. I want to hear where you're at, or maybe some questions that I should ask myself as well, or let me know your answers to these questions. That's the whole point of this channel. I want to connect with people that are in the early stages of their agency journey as well, and go from there. So appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.